Welcome, everybody. Firstly, I'd like to welcome the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Harris. Thank you, sir, for making yourself available this morning. I'd also like to welcome the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mr. Lindsay Grant. Thank you, sir, for making yourself available. And a special thanks to Madam Ambassador, Her Excellency Linda Tagliatella, Ambassador of the United States of America to Barbados, the Eastern Caribbean, and the OACS. Thank you, ma'am, for coming here this morning. I'd also like to thank my fellow partners in range, Mr. Munaf Ali, our Chief Executive, Mr. Shahada, our Development Director, my non-executive directors, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Bogani, who is somewhere in the room. I'd like to welcome the General Manager of the hotel, who I'm sure all of you know, Mr. Floor, and other Hyatt executives. Members of the media, welcome. If I'm not mistaken, it was 7-8 months ago, I invited all of you here to the resort last, and we had that walk around. And I think for a number of you, that was the first time that you'd had the opportunity to walk around the resort. And I remember the discussions on that day was we really can't believe that this is happening in St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's happened. The resort opened on the 4th of November. Guests have been coming in since then, and we have very strong bookings over the festive period. With the grace of God, Hurricanes Irma, Maria, and Jose did not deter the opening. Yes, they caused us challenges, but the team have been working round the clock for the last 45 days to make sure we are able to open on November the 4th. And to my team, I extend a big vote of thanks for the efforts they've put in working 2 shifts to ensure this happened. This hotel has been some time in the coming, but I will assure you this now, the benefits of this hotel are already being felt throughout the whole economy of St. Kitts and Nevis. That's just not on the 20 acres or the Southeast Peninsula. That benefit is being felt from Charleston through to Basseterre, from Newcastle through to St. Peter's. The whole island is beginning to benefit from the economic impact the Park Hyatt is having. The 134 rooms and suites in the hotel are employing directly 320 individuals, and somewhere between 75 to 90% more indirectly. And it has been one of our key directions as range that we need to see this hotel really having maximum benefit, and that was our discussion with Hyatt from very early on. I'm grateful to Floor and his team. For the past year, you've been seeing in communities across the island, every weekend, community outreaches where individuals are being invited to interview in the communities. We haven't made it difficult by saying, please come down to the Southeast Peninsula, spend the money, have the interview. We've been going out to the various constituencies, working with the relevant ministers, Prime Minister, Minister, thank you for your support in helping us with these initiatives. And the product of that is seen today. Out of the 320 permanent employees, 94% are from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. It would be 94.5% if the Prime Minister considered me a real Kittitian, but we'll see till the end of the afternoon on that one. But I think that's an incredible result, and it hasn't happened by accident. And it's not just the employees, the staff which make the hotel, it's the rest of the opportunities which this hotel provides to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, which Prime Minister and Minister, you need to make sure are now capitalized on. We've done our job. We've opened what is undoubtedly one of the top 3 hotels in the Caribbean, in the Eastern Caribbean. The travel industry press have remarked that this hotel is one of the hottest openings in 2017. And when you have your tour around this afternoon or later this morning, I really hope you agree with us. We have brought the best product in, and it's complemented by the heart of St. Kitts and Nevis. What everyone who's stayed here has said is they feel the soul of the hotel is St. Kitts and Nevis. And that is what we've really tried to achieve. That warmth in the software, that warmth in the service, which is going to distinguish these beautiful buildings and take them from beautiful to being superb, is what St. Kitts and Nevis puts into this. So we're grateful for that welcome and the welcome that are being extended to our guests. But Prime Minister and Minister, there's a number of opportunities, be that from the sale of produce, be that from the sale of other materials. We're here to work hand in hand with your government and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis to ensure that that opportunity is maximized. And I believe a lot of local vendors and supply chains have seen Mr. Floor and his team interact with them, and we will do everything within our power to ensure that the economic impact of this is far and wide. We really hope next season this will put St. Kitts on the real luxury tourism map of the Caribbean, because after all, compared to your peers, you're unique. You have a Park Hyatt, you have a Four Seasons, you have a Marriott, you have 3 branded hotels, as well as a number of well-leading independent hotels, which really puts you in a unique position compared to some of your peers. And we need to capitalize that to have future growth in the economy. I will close my opening remarks on that point, and maybe.
Thank you, Mohammed. Let me recognize the presence of the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsey Grant, the Ambassador of the United States of America, our good friend Linda, the principals of the range, in particular Kamal, Shihada, and Mohammed, the management team, members of the media. This is a delightful and momentous moment for St. Kitts and Nevis, for all the reasons which Mohammed advanced and for more. St. Kitts and Nevis is the best destination. That is how we envisage it. For people to live, people to work, people to play, people to vacation. And clearly with the addition of the Park Hyatt prestige brand to St. Kitts and Nevis, we are now moving into the deep and specialized area of luxury tourism. It is 5-star in terms of the expectations. This property is perhaps one of the most beautiful of the Park Hyatts anywhere in the world. The scenery is unbelievable, as it is unforgettable. And persons are going to be delighted not only by the sheer fiscal beauty, the serenic peace which abounds here, but the visuals from Nevis, from St. Kitts, both during the day and in the night. So it is a place where everyone would want to be. And we are looking forward. We are pleased by the news that already the demand has been high, and we hope that it will remain this way consistently. I want to say over the last 3 years, the Team Unity administration has been working cooperatively with the principals, in particular Kamal and Mohammed, and to some extent with the leadership of the CARE group, Simon, Milner, and those personalities. And it has been a productive effort. And over those last 3 years of consistent engagement, I've come to admire Shihada and Mohammed. Shihada more so, not because of his experience, but because I found in him an enduring interest in people development. Mohammed was more of the business genius, but I found more, if I would call it, the soul reflected in Kamal's own view about wanting to take the citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis to a higher plane. The fact that we are boasting the opening of a top-of-the-line hotel facility in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the statistics show 94% of those are local. This is a clear indication of the deserving confidence that has been placed in the ability of our people to excel and to reach their God-given potential. Through the discussions I've had with Chiada, he had interest in ensuring that the core people coming out of our colleges were properly outfitted, if you will, with the skills, the attitudinal disposition to render excellent service. And I am sure that they will render to you excellent service as the need do. And you are right. This excellence of service we want to engender in all our people, in the government service, in the private sector, in the media even. And of course, that become the ethos, the enduring values by which the people of St. Kitts and Nevis become best known. Excellence of service, excellence of imagination, because that is critical in the task of national development. So I am pleased that we had had a significant role in ensuring that this project, which started in 2014 with a modest average of 40 persons on the ground for that year, grew to become the largest employer of persons in the construction activity in St. Kitts and Nevis. My research at the Social Security Board tells me that 55% of the earnings in the construction sector were provided by the care group activity here. So that has been significant. And so you move from a modest average of 40 persons way back then in 2014 to 576, and there are times when the work product reached to 800 persons. So we are talking about significant development. As we move ahead, the trust to empower our people is foremost in my head and in that of the government. And we will hope that our farmers, our fishers, those involved in arts and in the production of things will find at the Park Hyatt a good place with which to do business. So I have deepest congratulations to you, Kamal, for being a friend in many respects of St. Kitts and Nevis, and a friend in particular of the young people. You came, you saw where we were at, and you never did once lost hope. Indeed, you attempted to give everyone an opportunity to achieve their potential. And this is what I hope the legacy benefit of the Team Unity administration will be. We give everyone an opportunity to reach their full potential. So let me, on behalf of the entire cabinet again, say thank you. You're aware we had, and Mohammed perhaps, there were moments when all of us thought that this thing may wander. And so I have to commend again the good sense that prevailed in those times of difficulty. In fact, when I saw our good friend there, I remembered, I began to think, where did I last saw this gentleman? And I recall in one of those difficult times of consultations and negotiation, that was one of the lawyers who were there. That was one of the personalities who were there at the table when Cabinet had those 3 magical days and nights working to attend to this project. So from those difficult times to the bright future, which now portends for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, I have nothing but gratitude to express to you, to your principals, to all of your team for the confidence displayed in the political climate in St. Kitts and Nevis. It is very stable, and we are a democratic country, not just a democratic country. We are one in which property rights is taken as a sacred responsibility of the government to defend and to protect. It's one in which the government is investor-friendly. And that is why, for example, when other entities, such as Ross University, was looking for a home, their first choice was St. Kitts and Nevis. We'd have hoped that we could have accommodated them more, but at least we are able to fulfill their wish that we were able to host some 1,500 faculty and students from Dominica and St. Kitts and Nevis. And we hope that the experience has been a good one. So you will find us looking forward to further investment and engagement, looking forward to benefit from your own ideas as how we could hone a St. Kitts and Nevis of which all of us can be very proud. Thank you again for coming to St. Kitts and Nevis. We want to say thank you to the Park Hyatt Group for partnering with you, and to say thanks to all those who in any way, small or large, made it happen. And I want to thank the Ambassador, the distinguished representative of the government of the United States of America, for being here as a show of solidarity and support for this particular venture, and further as a demonstration of the continuing warm, lovely cooperative relationship that exists between the Team Unity administration and the government of the United States of America. So thank you very much all.
Stay up to date with news, programs, and activities of the government with SKNIS. Like us on Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter. And watch our videos on YouTube. Connect with us today. SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.